Good evening, and welcome to the 19th Annual Commencement Ceremony of Rossview High School in Clarksville, Tennessee. First, let's address the fact that this ceremony is the first ceremony to exist solely online, streaming to your homes, businesses, and even cars and phones. The global pandemic has labeled our class for its losses and the many things we didn't get to do. The senior night sports we didn't get to have, prom that we will not get to attend, and the loud family section cheering on each individual as they walk across the stage. Today was supposed to be a day to reflect on all those things, but instead, today we reflect on our strength as a class and ability to overcome such adversity. We celebrate not only 422 of us graduating high school, but the beginning of another chapter in our lives. We have all strived to make these past 4 years the best they could possibly be, so instead of being the class who didn't, let's remember why we are the class who did. We are the largest class to ever graduate from Rossview High School. We are also the most accomplished class to ever walk the halls, as Dr. Dowdy has stated on many occasions. Not only have we had stellar academics, but we have also had outstanding extracurriculars and sports. We had one student accepted to an Ivy League school, and this is our 4th straight year of someone receiving an appointment to West Point. Also among our class is a Harlem Scholar. Another one of our classmates was named a semifinalist for the Presidential Scholars Program. Our Key Club, despite being short on time, logged 2,940 service hours. The yearbook was recognized in Balfour's 2020 The Yearbook. The girls basketball team went on to win the district championship 2 years in a row. Girls wrestling won yet another state championship, with 3 of the girls winning the individual title, making this the best performance by a school at the individual tournament. The cheerleaders went to nationals for the first time in school history and placed top 10 in the nation. Despite many of us being stripped of the opportunity to compete, perform, or display our talents, our class is still very accomplished and destined for great things. So thank you. Thank you to the faculty for their dedication, the long hours, and hard work to get us where we are today. Thank you to our family, friends, and community for your love and support. If this pandemic has taught us anything, it's that life is going to throw many curveballs at each and every one of us, but we must stretch to hit each challenge that comes across the plate. Never forget the sacrifices others have made to get you where you are. Each morning at 7:30 over the announcements until March 13th, we heard the mission statement. The mission of Rossview High School is to empower our students to become productive citizens in an ever-changing world through a commitment to academic excellence and personal responsibility. Rossview, mission accomplished.
On behalf of the class of 2020, I want to personally thank the faculty, family, and friends who have stood by us for the past 13 years of our education. Thank you for being here with us today and being there for us over the course of our lives. We wouldn't have made it this far without your tireless dedication and love. None of it goes unnoticed, and we are so grateful for each of you. As you watch this video, most of you are probably relaxing in your rooms, probably wearing sweatpants, and definitely wishing graduation could have happened differently. Nonetheless, I hope we can still truly feel happy and proud of what we have accomplished today. And if there's any silver lining in this situation, at the very least, we can tell our grandchildren the pitiful story of how we expected to graduate in a beautiful college gymnasium and ended up parked in front of our laptops. Our situation is certainly different than how we imagined it, leading me to wonder, what is the good of expectations? The only constant in life is change. This much is true. And by always looking forward to the next big thing, the thing we feel we've waited our entire lives for, we miss out on special moments we're experiencing right now. In life, there are no guarantees, and although some of you may already want to get this over with, the truth is that in less than an hour, this moment will have passed. All we can do right now is hold on to this experience and live in the now. Most of us have never really learned how to live in the now, though. We've spent our entire lives studying for future tests, preparing for the next big game, wondering what the weekend will hold, only to see the week itself fly by. Our free time is filled with constant entertainment, social media updates, television, video games. But in reality, these are only temporary time fillers that distract us from the fact we find it difficult to be at peace with ourselves in the present. Our minds are often pulled in two opposite directions, torn between thinking about the past, where we mourn the abrupt end to our senior year in the midst of a pandemic, and thinking about the future, where we frantically search for answers to the millions of questions going through our heads. Who am I? What will I become? Where will I go from here? It is only natural to think this way, but it causes us to become victims to time. Moments pass by without so much as a second thought, And the next thing you know, 4 years have flown by, and you realize you'd do anything for one more walk in the halls, one more practice, one more hour spent waiting in Rossview traffic. No, I'm just kidding about the traffic part. But there have been so many moments over the past 4 years where I wish I could have just taken 1 second to close my eyes and realize how good life was. To understand that the victories and the mistakes are both equally important. To understand and accept that inner happiness always trumps external success. And to remember that I only live once. I want us all to take that 1 second now. Here we are, gathered with the family, friends, and faculty that have stood by us, inspired us, and pushed us to all be the best we can possibly be. These are the times we look back on. Let's linger here for a moment. We are grateful to so many people. Connect with these people today. Thank them. We may be physically isolated from one another, but we are all grounded by shared memories and love for Rossview High School. Right now, we have this opportunity. I'm so very proud of all of us, and I challenge us not to forget these times that we've shared. An essential part of living in the moment is refraining from excessive comparisons. Let's not distract ourselves from the present any longer by living on social media or glued to our phones. Let us see the relationships around us for their true, infinite importance, and let us never take a moment for granted again. And as we reflect on the high school that changed our lives, remember Rossview for what it truly was. A place where we have laughed, where we have cried, where we have celebrated, but more than anything, where we've grown up. I won't pretend to know the meaning of life or what the future may hold, but I do know this. Life won't wait for you to start living it. Right now, I genuinely hope we can all look back on our time at Rossview High School and call it the best years of our lives, but also know they've only been the best years of our lives so far. There are almost certainly even better years to come. Class of 2020 will not peak in high school, and I stand by that. But this goodbye is bittersweet. And it's hard to watch this chapter of our lives end without at least a little twinge of sadness. But remember that although one door has closed here, 422 have now opened. In the words of Emily Dickinson, forever is composed of nows. Wherever life takes us from this second forward, let us be present and let us be awake for a life that might otherwise go by in the blink of an eye. Thank you, Rossview.
This ceremony looks a lot different than I imagined. The night we dreamed of, where we walked across the stage in front of thousands of people with deafening applause, quickly turned into an intimate ceremony shared with loved ones at home. I know for myself, I never could have pictured delivering this speech in my dining room surrounded only by my mom and my cat. But regardless of who's watching today is still a monumental landmark. High school in essence is all about preparation, how to manage time, study, and live independently in college, the military, or beyond. As much as we've been preparing during these 4 years, nothing could have readied us for the abrupt end to our senior year. Life throws you curveballs, and this is just another example of how our tests extend far beyond the ones for a grade in the classroom. This pandemic is going to test everyone's adaptability, and whether we as individuals pass or fail depends on our outlook. It's easy to ask yourself, why me, why us, and why now? We'll never have an answer as to why truly the best class to walk through Rossview, in my completely biased opinion, was the one with the least amount of closure. Nobody can deny that this happening in the year of 2020 is a shocking tragedy, and nothing can take away the pain that we all felt when we received the call that we would never be returning to our high school. We're allowed to be disappointed at the lack of conclusion to our senior year. We're allowed to be discouraged that we enter the next chapter of our lives with uncertain opportunities, but we cannot allow ourselves to lose hope by questioning whether any of our hard work over the past 12 years was worth it. Because it undoubtedly was. High school is unquestionably about the journey and not the destination. The late night bus rides with your team, the Friday night lights surrounded by your best friends, and the bonds you formed with your favorite mentors and coaches. Whatever memories you look back on and cherish, these are the things that define your high school experience and not the 2 months that we lost. So we can't lose hope over this. And in these final minutes before we officially become high school alumni, we deserve to feel nothing less than immense pride. Graduating high school is a big deal, and a Rossview diploma is something to flex. We have genuinely worked hard to get where we are today, and the fact that we're not in caps and gowns at the Dunn Center in no way diminishes the accomplishment that we've all reached today. That we achieve this milestone amidst such adversity only demonstrates our grit, our perseverance, our determination, and only solidifies how deserving we are of the diploma we're receiving today with all that we've endured. Graduating high school is no small feat, even with a graduation rate as impressively high as Rossview's. Just ask any student of Miss Miller or Miss Dunn. So no matter the differences between us experiencing this tragedy, we stand together through it all. As isolated as it can feel in social isolation, there are 422 Rossview students going through the same heartbreak you're experiencing. And across the nation, there are 3.3 million graduating high school seniors who again know exactly what you're going through. Even if it seems impossibly unfair that such a promising class got their year cut short, there are millions of people suffering alongside of us. Millions of hearts crushed by the news and yet made stronger by our response to this disastrous pandemic. We grieve now and will grieve later, but through it all we will grieve together. And as we look back in 1 year, 5 years, even 20 years, we'll fondly regard the memories we made and cherished rather than the abrupt end to our senior year. As A.A. Milne once said, "How lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard." So even though we'll never have the answer as to why this tragedy had to happen to the class of 2020, I do know that we're beyond fortunate to have had an amazing 4 years that makes leaving difficult. Rossview is one of the hardest things we'll ever have to let go of. Although it's going to seem counterintuitive that I say this, I'm not the most proud of being the valedictorian. It's the Rossview diploma that I'm going to brag to my kids about. The fact that I had the privilege and the honor to go to high school and graduate with my 422 best friends. I am so proud to have attended Rossview, proud to have met and formed personal relationships with award-winning faculty and staff, proud to have learned teamwork and an intense work ethic from my coaches and mentors, proud to have met friends who I'll keep in touch with for the rest of my life. These relationships gained along the journey to graduation were the most rewarding part of my high school experience, and I trust it's the same for you. As soon-to-be Rossview alumni, we've grown to embody the values of pride, tradition, and excellence in every aspect of our lives. Excellence doesn't always mean being the first, the biggest, the strongest, or the richest. Excellence means being persistent, adaptable, and resilient. It means overcoming adversity even when the circumstances are heartbreaking and completely out of your control. And as we go into the world along our diverse paths, we will overcome this and all of the obstacles we will inevitably face in life because of the pride, tradition, and excellence that Rossview has instilled in us. Thank you all for the best 4 years of my life, and I wish you all luck in wherever your plans take you next.
Class of 2020. 4 years ago, on Monday, August 8th, 2016, you walked into Rossview High School as freshmen and began to make decisions that would ultimately affect the course of your future. At 14 years old, you had bright eyes and dreams of what high school would be like and of what your future would hold. The faculty and staff of Rossview are proud of all that you have accomplished. You have been the highest performing class in our 19-year history. Among you, there are 3 National Merit Semifinalists, 2 students with a perfect 36 ACT score, members of the 3-time Girls Wrestling State Championship team, the Kentucky-Tennessee District Key Club governor, 24 students who have signed with universities to follow their dreams and participate in collegiate level athletics, and 10 students who have taken an oath to serve our country in the Army, Navy, Marines, or Air Force. Class of 2020, you have earned more scholarship dollars, finished more community service hours, and won more championships than any other group. Also, your work helped our school reach the exclusive designation as a Tennessee Reward School for the first time in history. You have continued the pride, tradition, and excellence. Little did we know 4 years ago how your high school career would end. As I reflect on our time together, I echo your teachers in saying, I wish I could have just one more moment with you in the hallways, one more pep assembly, one more time to wave goodbye to your buses in the afternoon, and one more day to sit in the cafeteria and watch you socialize and make friends. Realizing now that we will never have this opportunity again, I want to take a moment to challenge you to learn from my mistakes. Cherish every single day, no matter the circumstances. Every moment in life really does matter. Even when things seem mundane, they're really opportunities for us to see the good in others, to learn something new, or to just enjoy life. The Apostle Paul tells us, "Do not lose heart in doing good, for in due time we will reap if we do not grow weary." I challenge you to do good every single day. Don't let the world, the media outlets, or your social media accounts run you down. Find the good and live life to the fullest, no matter the circumstances. You have faced unprecedented times and done so with grace. You've lived through events that your children and your grandchildren are going to learn about one day in school. You know what it is like to face adversity and to rise to the challenges that are presented through adversity. You have seen firsthand what it is like to have your entire life changed in just a matter of moments. All of this has proven that you can face obstacles and you can overcome them. Don't let anything ever stop you from achieving your dreams. You've already proven that you can do hard things and that you can survive major disappointments. You are the first class that I have had the opportunity to be with all 4 years. You're going to forever hold a special place in my heart, and I'm forever going to cherish the memories that I have with each of you and getting the opportunity to watch you grow up. My goal for you is to live your life in such a way that at the end, you're also left with precious memories of people and not a stack of possessions or material things that ultimately don't amount to much. In closing, do something good every day. Don't let anything or anyone keep you from achieving your dreams, and live in such a way that you create memories you can cherish forever. Class of 2020, the faculty and staff of Rossview High School believe in you. We always have, and we always will. And we also know that your legacy is going to continue to inspire future classes that come through the halls of our school. You have done a great job of carrying on the pride, tradition, and excellence. In keeping with tradition, I wish you Godspeed. Mr. House, I proudly present to you the 422 members of the Rossview High School Class of 2020 who have met the requirements established by the state of Tennessee for graduation.
Hi, I'm Millard House, Director of Schools. And on behalf of the Clarksville-Montgomery County School Board, we both confirm and accept the Class of 2020. Congratulations, and please prepare for the distribution of diplomas. Thank you.
Catherine Grace Allen. Carson Daniel Alston. Garrett Ryan Ambler. Brady Christine Amon. Kylie Deanna Anderson Patton. Eleanor Joy Anderson. Mason Richard Thomas Anderson. Roger Antonio Andujar. Warrentis Thali Jose Ayala. Triton Michael Bacallo. Serena Jade Barr Cobb. Dejanay Renique Bailey. Lucas Wade Baker. Carly Elizabeth Barber. Savannah Brooke Bearfield. Haley Brianne Barnes. Evan Michael Barnett. Samuel Taylor Bills IV. Ashley Elizabeth Beckham. Haley Nicole Bell. Isaiah Emmanuel Bell. Jessica Shanae Belmont. Shelby Ellen Elizabeth Beltran. Tyler Cameron Blair. Eric Shane Blaylock Fitzpatrick. Colin Blaise Blevins. Ashton Christopher Bolivar. Gage Thomas Bradley. Samuel Mays Brantley. Joshua Roy Briggs. Spencer Rashad Brooks. Colin Antonio Brown. Emily Christine Brown. Jackson Tyler Brown. Sakara Ayla Buchanan. Claude Marquise Buckner Jr. Jonathan Thomas Burkeen II. Chloe Elizabeth Campbell. Dalton Walker Cantrell. Kira Andrea Carabajal. Richard Matthew Carney. Alexander Carrasquillo. Anna Grace Carter. Denasia Ali Carter. Joshua Hogan Carter. Nicholas Joseph Castellano. Michael Richard Casey. Dominic William Cervantes. Josie Grace Chapman. Luke Anthony Charpentier. Chloe Rodriguez Chavez. Gage Dean Chester. Jalia Nicole Chester. Madison Louise Christensen. David Allen Michael Simmental. Peyton Elizabeth Clapsaddle. Braden Lee Clark. Talia Tiana Clark. Ryan Daniel Cliff. Timothy Scott Coakley Jr. D'Antonis Dion Coffey Jr. Kiera Ciante Cole. Deanna Michelle Coleman. Haley Christine Collins. Sarah Lynn Collins. Tyler John Combs. Kiera Janae Cooper. Courtney Lee Cornett. Joanna Marie Catone. Dylan Wade Cottrell. Sierra Elizabeth Cox. Cheyenne Nicole Cozine. Jeremy Nicholas Crabb. Abigail Sidney Crawford. Brianna Marie Crawford. Destiny Lynn Rivers Criswell. Maggie Rain Kroom. Richard Daly. Courtney Alexandra Daniels, Alshon Alston Davis, Glenn Michael Davis, Jalen Raphael Davis, Jillian Grace Dawson, Jordan Nicole Dillard, Gavin Miguel Demas, Casey Camden Dorthelina, Nadine Grace Dusler, Evan Marshall Duncan, Michael J. Edmonds Jr., Kristen Gianna Edwards, Larry Joseph Edwards III, Trice Howard Evans, Alexander Edward Farley, Mara Ashlyn Ferguson, Chloe Abigail Ficklin, Jemiah Lachey Finch, Callista Rose Fisher, Lynetta Dawn Flow Reynolds, Cindy Flores, Michaela Marie Ford, Alisa Theola Fort Dudley, Nalea Jordan Fort, Susanna Kate Franklin, Ian Michael Franks, Ayla Virginia Fuller, Gavin Lucas Gabrishik, Natalie Ann Gagliardi, Julia Hannah Gelfus, Shirley Juanita Gaither, Angelia Lisa Angela Gamble, Ty Patrick Garrett, Kayla Madison Gilmore, Danielle Lee Gipple, Trevor Hank Giroux, Christina Faith Glover, Jocelyn Gomez, Kayla Novelli Gore, Rayana Lynn Grant, Gabrielle Elizabeth Graveman, Faith Leah Greenison, Sawyer Lee Griffey, Rebecca Hope Groves, Kendallin Louise Grubbs, Adrian Pablo Gutierrez, Allie McCain Haddock, Dakota James Haddock, Adele Ijada Hall, Cody Thomas Hancock, Caitlin Riley Hanson, Lakira Zane Hardaway, Sydney Lee Hardin, Dallas Marie Harmon, Chase Edward Harness, Aaliyah Sky Harris, James Mitchell Hartledge, Denise He, Osbrea Rain Head, Kate Evelyn Hemphill, Kevin Eric Hemphill, Hunter Lee Henderson, Christian Arturo Hernandez, Devin Rain Hernandez, Skylar Starr Hibbs, Allison Marie Highfill, Elizabeth Grace Hightower, Brett Lee Hill, Kasia Xavier Olbital Hilt, China Storm Hogan, Jeffrey Hollins Jr., Lacey Alexis Honey, Janae Hope Hosley, Nakaya Janae House, Kyle Austin Irons, Jade Dare Irwin, Jackson Corey Isaac, Cameron David J., Brianna Nicole Jeffries, Ashton Renee Jinks, Kaylin Elise Jennings Thomas, and John Jin. Isabel Maria Jimenez, Jarrell Jose Jimenez Lopez, Anna Grace Johnson, Kayla Gail Johnson, Kalia Chanel Johnson, Olivia Odessa Johnson, Sarah Beth Johnson, Dontrez Tyrell Jones, Gabriella Ann Jones, Marlena Aaron Jones, Andrew Neil Josie, Naray Kim Kang, Leah Faye Keats, Hunter Cole Kieran, Marianne Elizabeth Key, Lakiana Laquashe Keys, Halana Courtney Kilby, Mina Kim, Amber Michelle Kirby, Robert Joseph Klima, Madison Grace Kovsky, Anna Grace Kowalski, Gabriella Marie Kowalski, Chase Allen Krakowski, John Thomas Keeker, Alyssa Marie Kuipers, Zachary Robert Kupris, Emil Caitlin Marie Lambert, Rebecca Claire Lane, Charlotte Grace Lang, Sarah Jasmine Lang, JC Elizabeth Lane, Alyssa Marie Leverton, Sandra Daniela Lee, Joseph Jason Lehman, Trista Dawn Leslie, Michael Andrew Levy, Maddie Elizabeth Llewellyn, Madison Taylor Lewis, Devin Scott Liberatory, Cara Marie Liberatory, James Taylor Likens, Alyssa Carmen Llanos Banda, Carter Gregory Looney, Emmanuel David Lopez Rivera, Lydia Nicole Love, Summer Renee Lucio, Carlin Elise Lutz, Margaret Malene Lyerla, Jasmine Elaine Mackle, James Houston Manning, Jacob Matthew Marcelino, Jessica Marie Masterson, Madison Nadine Matheny, Lakivia Danielle Matthews, Riley Noel Matthews, Diamond Deshay Shanae Mayer, Emily Joy Mays, Jamin Malik McCoy, Elijah Batson McElroy, Rachel Olivia McFadden, Alila Charlene McGettigan, Kylie Malia McLaughlin, Brandon Wayne McGowan, Malia Jean Odawanta Shiroi McGuire, Juanis Alexis McLaughlin, Tressica Ariana McNeil, Lily Madeline May McQueen, Jordan Elizabeth Mead, Nexel Antonio Mendez, Julian Tarrant Maniz, Corrine Nicole Metcalf, Dylan Montgomery Micah, Javion Lamar Milan, Sierra Angelina Moreno Millard, Ethan James Mills, Jaden Trevon Minor, Patrick Cameron Minton, Alessia Katrina Mize, Alessandra Gabrielle Mobley, Kareem Jamal Montague II, Autumn Elizabeth Montgomery, Ethan Shane Moore, Trenton James Morgan, Luke Porter Morishak, Jaden Linda Kiera Moving, Lexi Mackenzie Munn, Mally Elizabeth Murdoch, Haley Marie Murph, Megan Marie Myers, Huda Nasir, Aiden Paul Nates, Kelly Lee Newell, Shatori Raylyn Newkirk, Deshaun Lamont Nicholson, Alyssa Charday Noble, Taylor Sean Normandin, Kelly Demi Shinanai Nawari, Shemaiah LaShawn O'Neill, Ashley Mackenzie Odom, Jonathan Omar Ogburn, Cannon Gary Ogle, Chloe Elise Olson, Jocelyn Caridad Ortega, Henry Matthews Ott, Lance Anthony Riker Owen, Sadie Nari Pan, Aaron Joseph Pardo, Alexis Marie Parker, Angela Ruth Parker, Chase Mitchell Parker, Janvi Patel, Ryan Lee Pedigo, Garrett Aldridge Peak, Jaden Sam Peoples, Sydney Chevet Petrie, Paul Edward Pearson Jr., Evan Jeffrey Pfeiffer, Simon Michael Pinnock, Alexander Gregor Podkovirov Lewis, Audrey Eileen Pontius, Tiana Chanel Porter, Tally McLean Posey, Rosemarie Elizabeth Potter, Destiny Pearl Powers, Logan Troy Prairie, Dakayla Nashay Prater, Austin Dale Pretty, Allison Alexis Pryor, Story Day Pugh, Tierra Nicole Putnam, James Carter Rains, Maxwell Jordan Rainwater, Lauren Grace Ramos, Justin Dean Rebenek, Hope Alexandra Redmond, Josiah Cole Reed, Michelle Resendez Areola, Adriana Alexis Reyes, Michaela Nicole Reynolds, Bracken Adrian Rice, Reza Petra Rivera, Angelica Maria Riviera Abad, Christopher Jason Roberts, Avery Carol Robertson, Darjay Stefan Robinson, Alexander Rogers, Heaven Janice Rogers, Tyler James Roan, Alexandra Blythe Roof, Emily Catherine Ross, Jillian Nicole Ross, Madison Angelique Ross, Sean Taylor Rowe Jr., Brock Thomas Rowland, Samantha Abigail Roybal Mosley, Andrea Lorigue Rudder, Brenda Itzel Salinas, Alana Lynn Sanders, Madison Brooke Sartain, Jameson Wade Sawyer, Krista Nicole Scarborough, Haley Hope O'Neill Schooley, Jason Dean Schwartz Jr., Donna Opria Scott, Taylor Lynn Scott, Syed Mohammed Ali Shah, Annabelle Ross Sheikh, Connor Michael Shane, Alyssa Faith Chapman, James Nelson Shastine, Madison Taylor Shattuck, Quentin Ahmad Thomas Shaw, Skylie Alexi Shea, Melina Brooke Shimwell, Annabelle Marie Shipe, Christopher William Shipstead, Tammy Lynn Shoulders, Gabrielle Dion Seibert, Ade Grace Silvas, Leobardo Silvestre Batista, Mandy Kiera Simon, Tandy Sierra Simon, Riley Meredith Sims, Melissa K. Skimhorn, Abby Rose Smith, Holly Lynn Smith, Margaret Eileen Smith, Nyasia Shanbria Smith, Patrina Elise Nicole Smith, Xavier Rayshon Smith, Ashley Chelsea Song, Brandon Blake Stamper, Jada Paris Sturback, Zachary Ray Streeter, Aiden Gerhardt Struble, Kaylee Alexandra Sundstrom, Cheyenne Sung, Kaylee Elizabeth Swan, Robert Conroy Taylor, Delaney Carol Teeter, John Johnson Teeter Jr., Devontae Jamal Thomas, Jamal Deshaun Kwame Thomas, Sean Allen Thurber, Emma Claire Tilton, Olivia Grace Tilton, Vanessa Page Tilton, Kayla Marie Tippett, Zoe Elise Titus, Austin Lee Tolbert, Gabrielle Nicole Torres, Antonio Ramon Townsend Jr., Kayla Janae Townsend, Ethan Cole Trosper, Hunter James Upchurch, Brian Keith Utley, Haley Jaden Vandekar, Nicholas Martin Veritimidis, Caleb Everett Vaughn, Olivia Rose Valdarsky, Christian Clay Watkins White, Dominic Arnold Jean Walker, Emma Alexandra Walker, Ever Maria Walker, Leslie Elizabeth Wallen, Aaron McKay Warren, Tyrone Alexander Warren Jr., Evelyn Margaret Watkins, Isabella Grace Watson, Ebony Renee Weaver, Uben Lee Weeks, Caroline Brooke Weldon, Brendan Alexander Werner, Amari Renee White, Shelby Noel White, Jasmine Makaya Wilkerson, Javon Emmanuel Williams, Sean Russell Williams, Thomas Beck Williams, Elena Elizabeth Wilson, Morgan Ryan Wyndham, Jonah Ray Winton, Brandon Thomas Wood, Deontay Ezra Woods, Austin Charles Squire Woolley, Benjamin Anthony Work, Levi Christopher Wright, Carson Joe Yarbrough, Ethan Marion Yider, Chloe Elizabeth Yoder, Haley Olivia Faith Young, Robin Lauren Eunice, Dhruv Bharat Zaver, Aubrey Joes Muda, Melanie Catherine Zock, Madeline Christine Zubak.
Now, class of 2020, you may move your tassels from right to left as a symbol that you have officially graduated from Rossview High School.